Welcome back everyone to Missions 101, where today we are going to be running the final pair of missions associated with the fourth set. There are a total of 10 sets, each with 8 missions, for a total of 80 repeatable missions in the War of Three Peaks mission system. So let's speak with Ozma and see what today's missions are. First we have the Heart of Kidzul-Kalah. My scouts have sent urgent word from Kidzul-Kalah. From what I'm told, the lower reaches of the mines were long ago flooded by the waters of the Deadlier. By some providence, the waters have receded, and in so doing, it exposed countless deposits of gold and silver. It seems a company of dour hands, led by one called Runar Wolfstooth, has descended into the depths of Kidzul-Kalah to claim the veins for themselves. This cannot be allowed to pass. You are to travel to Kidzul-Kalah at once and put a stop to Runar Wolfstooth's plans for the Gabil-Aka. Now let's see what we have here for our twist. Nestled in the foothills of the Misty Mountains, the dwarf keep of Kidzul-Kalah lies half sunken in the Deadlier. Deep within its newly drained depths, the dour hands seek to mine the veins of the golden cleft. Your mission is to defeat Runar Wolfstooth and put an end to the dour hand expedition into the depths of Kidzul-Kalah. Shared corruption. Monsters in this mission will apply a corruption buff to nearby allies. Oh, wonderful. To the heart of Kidzul-Kalah. Oh, this is one where they start you off facing it, but because of the angle, I always think that is the wrong way. But I do see that the dour hands are here, and I do have to deal with these miners. Now, you could, of course, go and grab several of these at a time. He has a corruption on him. So, of course, easily remove the corruptions using whatever system is available for your character. This is the reason why they lowered the level for corruption removals down to level 20, so that if you're running level 20 missions, you will be able to do this without any trouble. Now, it'd be nice if I could be right at the right point to switch my gambit plans as soon as I see that corruption pop up. But I keep on forgetting that when he does that little bowing of the head there, that like that time I timed it right. And also get rid of the corruption here. They sort of went to each other and say, hey, you want this corruption or you want this? Oh, okay, I give you a corruption and you give me a corruption. You can see there they reapplied the corruption there. That's what I get for switching opponents. Actually, this one apparently doesn't have a corruption on him now. Either that or I removed it so quickly that the icon never had a chance to get up. Not sure on that. Serious wound in here. I don't know if there was a way to avoid killing some of these dwarves. In other words, bypassing them. Because you only need to defeat Runar Wolfstooth in order to continue on this. Actually, in this one, well, I guess because you have it, there's also a little bit of a gating in this one. So even though they only list one twist for each of them, sometimes you might be seeing something that is related to another. No, I had already done the second part of a gambit and tried switching gambits there. I should remember sometimes I do have quick recovery here that could have been very, very useful in dealing with that if I had paid attention to my gambit panel properly. But this time I was able to time hitting him, so you have to go down and down and down here until you eventually reach the... this is actually the room where I was talking about. I think you might be able to bypass some of these. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Because I think there's few enough in here that you might be better off just getting rid of them, just in case they like to come out about during the boss fight. And of course, we got that ugly thing around here. And fortunately, it does not come to life in this one. It is still dead, and it'll stay dead. Thank goodness. That does not look like something that you want to have around with you for breakfast. At least I don't think so. Looks like one of the Watcher's kindred. Yeah, they just love those corruptions, don't they? But I could remove that. He looks really nasty. Dourhan One-Eyed. Dour-Eyed. That's it. He's a dour-eyed dwarf. So we have this one. We've got one more after that. Then we have the boss to deal with. Now the boss does have a friend with him that we also have to deal with, but that's something that we'll just have to live with. Ah, I certainly miscalculated there. Oh, getting the right gambits, that's always the challenge of the Warden. I suppose if you just know what's going to happen and be able to get it right, then great. Okay, now there is Runar Wolfstooth along with a miner, so I will deal with. I am waiting for that boot to go off of there. It's unfortunate that you cannot use the recovery skills on the Warden while you're out of combat. It would be really nice if you could do so. And the whole thing about the gambits remaining up there on your bar afterwards, originally when they first put out the Warden, as soon as you left combat, the bar would be cleared, so you wouldn't have to worry about using... No! No, 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 no. You are not healing yourself. Now deal with the miner. But you see that mound is glowing. That's why I say that this one is, in my opinion, also gated. Because you do have to interact with that thing, and, well, we'll see what happens. Freshly mined earth. Oops. Grimskafa the Gnasher. Now, I would not say ambush because you also have that thing called ambush where you get attacked after finishing the objective. But seeing how you have to interact with something, I don't call it quite an ambush there, and you see it leaves as soon as it figures out that we're not corrupted or anything like that. And the gate opens up there so that you could pick up the treasure chest and get out of here. Well done! Let's return and report our success to Ozma. Yeah, let's go. We have ousted the Dour Hands. Well done! Those Dour Hands are truly a dishonorable sort. To delve the earth without fear for any danger is a coward's way. Yeah, I'm sure the Longbeards have never been accused of digging too deep. And I do wonder, though, about a... I'm just thinking of someone who comes from Mordor and some of the places they've been asked to dig during their time in Mordor. Just saying. My scouts have come back from Zarkul-Saloon. Trolls have completely taken over the Torrent Spires. This cannot stand. We must return to Zarkul-Saloon and defeat the leader, the towering Brog-and-Gluk. 2 heads are deadlier. Yeah, I suppose. Let's see what we've got here. Upon the dwarf rooms of Zarkul-Saloon, a deadly 2-headed troll waits for those foolish enough to challenge their claim. Your mission is to defeat the two-headed troll Brog and Gluck at the Zarkul Saloon, and he is a lieutenant of Gorgar. So he'll try a brutal wounding attack. Well, that is fitting for a two-headed troll. Let's go. My time in playing D&D makes me sometimes call these two-headed trolls Ettins, even though Ettin, it probably just means giant, so there's no requirement for there being two heads in order to be called an Ettin here. Unfortunately, I don't like getting two at a time, but sometimes it can't be avoided. Oops. Now in this case, we can go straight to the boss. Well, when I say straight to the boss, I mean that we don't have to take any side trips out of the way in order to grab every... I'm seeing a third one coming. I don't want to fight three at a time. I'm not up to fighting three trolls at a time. Not one of my hobbies. So you can bypass a troll if you want. Now, of course, if you've got a Troll Slayer team, I still have Troll Slayer of Elder Slate Advanced. Defeat trolls in the Elder Slate, 4 of 120. So I have a good number of trolls that I need to kill. So I might as well kill a few extra ones here, because I've always been saying that one of the reasons why you might want to kill everything is if you've got a deed related to it. And in this case, it's not a quest to kill 10 trolls or anything like that. It is a quest to kill the boss, Brog and Gluck. And if the object is to kill Brog and Gluck, then as long as I don't kill them, then I will be able to continue along in this instance and kill more trolls. Now, of course, I will eventually run out of trolls. Now, I don't know if there are any that can be avoided, because that one would be pretty tough to avoid, I think, now that I think about it. So there might not be much in the way of avoiding them in here, but doesn't matter, because you can... Oops. You can kill trolls to your heart's content. Well, maybe not to your heart's content. It's not like they have never ending. Could you imagine having the Goblin Town Gauntlet with trolls? I don't think there are any never ending ones that involve trolls, fortunately. But I suppose if you were on a troll deed, you might be welcome such a thing. Now, for never-ending ones, I can think of 3 off the top of my head. One of them is Goblin Town Gauntlet, which we did, I think, last episode or the episode before that, where we ran the Goblin Town Gauntlet, where you had all these goblins popping up through these doors. We have one involving the Dour Hands, where you had to blow up these cave entrances. I can't remember, have we done that one yet, or is that going to be a later episode? Eventually we are going to run into that if we haven't already. And that one has its own little challenges in it, but at least it doesn't have the same in this stream. But you could, if you want, kill as many Dour Hands as you want on that one. There's another one involving goblins. I think it's in the Redhorn Pass or something like that. So you can run into this one. This is one I think that you can easily skip. This troll right here, but I'm working on a troll deed, so we might as well kill this troll and knock it out of the area. And of course, this is going to try to knock me out of the area, most likely. Yeah, like that! Right on cue! nice to run to a troll that does things on cue. Not nice to run to a troll that stuns you, though. No, 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 no. Stunning is not nice. I think I've got everything. We got these two. Now, I think there is a fixed number of trolls in this particular one. And that they can come at random points throughout here. Because I've sometimes run into it where there are several trolls right down by Brog and Gluck. And I've had one time where all of the trolls were dead before I reached the boss. Oopsie daisy. So in this case, it looks like that there are two at the camp right next to Brog and Gluck. I know it looks like, if you have a casual look, it looks like there might be only one, but it looks like two to me. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. I guess I'll find out when I attack the troll. At first I thought it looking like one was the optical illusion, but now it could be that looking like two is the optical illusion. There you go. Let's deal with this crush here. Good, and let's see. Actually, there is only one there. Alright, so I was misled. That's the problem. These trolls are just so big that I can't tell when there's only one. I think this is the last of the trolls there that I'm going to get before doing. So I had, see, I had one point in there 4, but I think I checked that after killing 1 or 2 of them. So I've killed at least 8 so far. So let's assume that I checked that 4 before I killed my first troll. So that means I've killed 8 there. That would be number 9. And this one then, this only counts as 1. Sort of as Gimli says, it still only counts as 1, even though there are 2 heads. Oh, let's go. Oh, and oh, that's right. He has that nasty Gorgar bleed thing, doesn't he? So maybe it was just a good idea that I just stopped it. Ouch! Ouch! This is worse than your average troll. He likes doing that, doesn't he? Alright, there you go. You're not gonna get me that easily. Headline news. Finally, if you squashed like a bug. Alright, there you go. Those are done. Now, whenever they have something in this location, the dwarf, in this case, doesn't come up to the boss, but it has a fixed location where it goes to whenever you have a mission in this particular space. And you can see him running right down here. So he comes in through this area here, right next to the chest, which we can pick up. Great work! With Brog and Gluck defeated, let's return and report your success to Ozma. Yes, let's get out of here. For once I decided to clear out the area, though I probably didn't have much choice on that matter. Well done! With Brog and Gluck defeated, we may soon be able to take hold of Zarkul Saloon. The last thing we need is more trolls stomping around the Elder Slate and destroying these old ruins. Well, there is that. Of course, the last thing you need is a big dragon going all over the place, but that's a little matter there. And that concludes the 4th set of missions that we have. So that means that on our weekly, we've got 8 out of 15 there, which probably means then that the next set that we do is going to push us past the 15 so that we finish the weekly in there. And of course, we've got 3 more sets of dailies to do in order to finish on the War Effort Weekly Quest. But that's it for today's lesson here in Missions 101. We have completed 4 of our 10 sets of missions that we have relating to the War of Three Peaks. And until next time, class dismissed.